Cold Cave, Fate and 7 Lessons, EP review. Let's chat about it. Hey guys, what's going on? John here from What's Spinning here tonight to chat about the latest from Cold Cave, LA via New York-based synth pop Darkwave act. They've been at it for a while now, and ever since they came onto the scene years ago, they've been this weird obsession of mine. Like, their music is a glorious blend of darkwave, industrial, for a while some noisier elements as well as synth pop. Fans of bands like New Order and Depeche Mode, them ears must have just pricked up. And years ago, I fell in love with their Love Comes Close debut album. It was a little ridiculous, it was campy as hell, but personally, I loved it. Tracks like Heaven Was Full and The Trees Grew Emotions and Died became certified workout jams for me. I still love them to this day. And their follow-up, Cherish the Light Years, was a lot catchier, even gloomier at points, but I actually loved that quite a bit too, even if it wasn't as noisy and abrasive and weird as their debut. They've also released a couple of compilations, some early recordings that were kind of hit and miss, but this is the first new material we've gotten them in quite some time. It's a 7-track EP, and for a lot of it, I actually enjoy what they're doing. Now, I will say this, it's not as heavy or as hectic as some of their early recordings. But hey, look, it's gloomy synths and industrial beats. Cold Cave have a sound, and they do it so well. Prayer from Nowhere, like I said, it's not as angsty as some of their early stuff. It's kind of what I come to expect by now, but that doesn't mean it's not really good. For a gloomy, darkwave-inspired synth pop track, this is great. But just realize they have a sound that is so unapologetically like old school post-punk, old school darkwave. They do it so well, though. Then we have Nightlight, and I personally love how over-the-top and dramatic this track is. The glistening beat is pretty fantastic as well. As a matter of fact, honestly, they sound closer to the dance floor than ever, but I don't think that's a bad thing. I can really groove to this. These synths are timeless. Now, I will say this is very New Order. This is very Power, Corruption, and Lies era New Order. I mean, they are playing that sound, but if that is something that you enjoy, trust me, you're going to want to hear this. Psalm 23, on the other hand, is one of the more looming and twisted sounding tracks. Most of this EP will kind of get you up and moving, even if it's a dark and gloomy way, but this track is one of the most dreary ones here. And honestly, I needed that. I love the ghoulish vocals. I love the haunted whispers. The production is suffocating. I love the wailing guitars as well. Yes, please. And with Happy Birthday Darkstar, we get some Depeche Mode worship. And not for nothing, they do it well. I mean, it is nothing fresh. Let's just get that clear. And you know what you're getting here. It's over the top, it's melodramatic, and it's icy cold. Like, this is so cold, but if that's your thing, they honestly do the sound really well. And I think they saved the best for last. I think Promised Land is one of the better tracks they've ever put out. I love this piano sample here, which sounds almost like ripped out of Michael Oldfield's Tubular Bells. But it's so campy. I love how upbeat it is. It's also the most unapologetically 80s track here, but I think they really do that justice. Even lyrically, this is so over the top, but I love it. I hate to say it though, it's some of the slower, more over-dramatic tracks here that actually let me down a little bit. Love Is All is a little bit too much for me. Like, it's so dramatic, and in an EP that has had like that to a T, this is just a little too much, and that's saying something. Also, not feeling the production. Like, why are they trying to rip off Julie Cruz all of a sudden? And Honeyflower, I thought I was gonna eat this up. I love how heavy and bulky it is. It's also the dreamiest thing here. But it's just way too lackadaisical for me. Like, I don't mind that they're not going for as heavy as it sounds as their early recordings. That doesn't bother me, but this track has no teeth to it whatsoever. It's probably one of the more boring tunes of the bunch. So, yeah, you know what? This may be a throwback style from Cold Cave. They aren't maybe going for as noisy as it sound as their early recordings, but they're pushing further into the dark wave and synth pop territory. They're closer to the dance floor than ever. Not for nothing, they own it. Like, they may be doing some Depeche Mode and New Order worship here, but they absolutely pull it off. This EP is cold. It is calculating. It is campy as hell. It's gritty, it's dark, but it's a very gritty and dark dance floor, apparently, and that's pretty freaking cool. Yeah, I mean, some of the dreamier, over-dramatic tracks here do miss the mark with me, but Cold Cave still have a sound and do it so well. They rule. This EP is pretty damn good. I'm feeling a strong 7 on it, but let me know what you guys think down below. If you like the video, be sure to give us a like, give us a subscribe, and let me know down below what you would like for me to chat about in the future. And until next time, have a great day, guys.